Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Criterion Connection.
Yeah.
I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
I almost said collection there. So here we are, another week, another movie.
Yep.
And this week, we are doing a movie that both of us own.
That's
We've been
true.
talking about since day one.
Since we got it, yeah.
Yeah. It is Stephen Frears, The Hit.
Yep.
Yes. Spine 469 from, I believe, England. Usually it says on the box. Didn't say on the box for me. So this is kind of a weird hitman movie.
Interesting.
It's a hitman movie.
I would say it's more of a weird road trip movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
because,
very weird.
It stars Terrence Stamp,
Yes.
also known as Zod, from the original Superman.
That's where I see him from.
Yeah.
I was thinking, hey, he was the guy from Get Smart, the Steve Carell movie.
John Hurt's in it. Early Tim Roth. I think it's one of his first movies.
Yeah, Tim Roth looked really like he looked like a little boy. And John Hurt was like doing his best Nick Cave impression, I guess. With the sunglasses and the, it's like,
But it's a movie about Terrence Stamp's character named Willie.
Willie Parker.
Yeah, he basically testifies against his compatriots in crime.
He Henry Hilled them.
What?
He Henry Hilled them.
Sure.
From Goodfellas.
Yeah, so he testified against them in court to get a good plea deal. And his crime partners took exception.
They start singing.
And they say they're going to get him at some point in time.
Yeah.
And fast forward 10 years. and you got Terrence Stamp, Willie, in Spain, living his life, reading books, and he gets abducted and picked up by these hitmen played by Tim Roth and John Hurt.
Yeah, Myron and Mr. Braddock.
Mr. Braddock and Myron.
If that's his real name.
It's not his real name.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what his real name is.
He's gone by so many names.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume it's not his real name.
Well, he told Terrence Stamp that. He's like, what's your real name? And he was like, Braddock.
And then he smiled.
Yeah.
As if he's saying, I'm still not going to tell you. And the idea is they pick up Willie and they're going to drive him up to Paris to meet Mr. Corrigan, one of the guys that Willie testified against, who had just recently gotten out of prison.
Yeah.
And they're going to execute him, more than likely.
Yeah. In Paris.
In Paris is the idea. And along the way, there's all these mishaps. Like the guys who abduct Willie, they end up running over and killing a Spanish cop, which immediately gets the authorities involved.
Yeah. And then they kill everyone.
When they blow up the Spanish gang's car, one of them is still alive. And they left behind one of Willie's shoes. And it just keeps snowballing there and there. Like, it just, every step of the way, there's another mistake.
I mean, you have a lot of things, like you have Braddock trying to be like this professional hitman, but he makes these small mistakes, and he knows he does, and it drives him up the wall. You have Tim Roth, who's hungry and naive, and then you have Terrence Stamp just being like, he's just basically manipulating Myron.
Yeah, and he's along for the ride. Like, I don't... Willie's character...
He's an enigma kind of character.
He throws off the two hitmen. Because he's very relaxed. He's very...
helpful.
Amicable, helpful. He's being nice and charming. And he's treating it as if he's just going on a ride. And he knows that he's going to die. And he's supposed to be at peace with it. And that's subject for discussion later in the film. And, it drives Tim Roth's character crazy. And he's young, he's brash, and he's not, he's more brute force than finesse. And John Hurt, he's very experienced. as other characters you run across in the film, they all go, "Oh yeah, I remember him," and then he goes by a different name each time.
And then you have the character Harry, which was he just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, he can't shut up.
And that leads you to Maggie.
Yeah,
the fourth person in this car ride.
Yeah, they end up taking Maggie along with them, and each time they're gonna go kill her. Each time John Hurt's gonna go kill her, Braddock, somebody tries to stop him, and he has like a second thought.
Yeah.
And this movie, it's just a long journey, and you kind of just are along for the ride, and just seeing how the characters interact in certain situations.
Yeah.
And you're on you follow them on their way up to France out of Spain, and you also get clips of the cops being right behind them anyway along the way each time something happens. So how did you feel about it, Wade?
I liked it. I was kind of iffy at the start when they have the title credits and they do that freeze frame shot. Of you find out it's Braddock just standing there above the hill, and you think just standing there looking, and that's where the credits were. They freeze frame it,
yeah,
and you're like, that's kind of amateur. And then I was like, oh, it's the '80s, makes sense.
You got Eric Clapton doing the opening
that was
title.
great. Yeah, that was great.
Then you had flamenco guitars throughout the rest of the movie.
Oh yeah, I had subtitles on. Because me and my girlfriend, she mostly likes movies that are like, she likes to have subtitles on just in case, because some people mumble in some movies.
Yeah, me too.
Fine. Yeah, so she has subtitles, and you just see flamenco, up-tempo, multiple times in the movie, and I'm like, that's flamenco, man. Yeah, like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, like...
Well, if you notice, it only comes in when they get to Spain.
Yeah. I do like there's little interactions. I think there should have been a little bit more of Braddock and Maggie. I thought that butting head thing was not enough for the movie. I thought it was like they just kind of tacked it on and then they make it integral to the end, and you're just like... I feel like
the tension just keeps boiling, and I thought it was fine, though.
I feel like you could have used more of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Of those two. The tension between Tim Roth and Braddock it was there.
Eventually, yeah. When things start happening and things aren't going as planned, and a lot of times because of Myron, but Willie keeps trying to make him. He's like, "Is your partner like screwing up right now? Like he's supposed to be really good at this, right?"
Yeah.
And things like that.
And Tim Roth his young career can't escape these roles of like gun-toting.
This is long before Pulp Fiction, or well before Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, this is like, I think this was early mid-80s?
I feel like I don't know much about it, but I feel like Quentin Tarantino watched this movie. It was like, I'm getting that guy.
Probably.
And he's just like, I'm gonna get that guy. That's why I assume Quentin Tarantino talks like this. Yeah.
I loved a lot of the landscape kind of shots.
Yeah.
And the particularly the ones where they're from the far.
And they weren't.
And you see like the car driving, and you see the dust flying up. And it's really cool. It reminds you of almost like a western. It's like 3:10 to Yuma. Now that I think about it.
And and you say that they have these good landscapes, but they're not like so distracting and impressive. Like, oh my god, that landscape's beautiful. No. They have this cool monument or whatever. No, it's just plain.
Yeah,
and the whole movie's played plain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So buy, rent, or skips, Joe.
I'm gonna have to say it's a buy, man. It was really good. I think it's I think it's a very enjoyable movie that people will like just kind of understand. You'll be charmed by the characters. The writing's very good in it. The actors are great.
The actors are
it's fantastic, and it's just this tension of feeling like the ending the entire time.
Yeah, but you're like,
and it still subverts it in a way.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's just, I think the writing and the acting really carry it in this one.
Yeah, look at the supplements. There's commentary and an interview. So there's not super much about the supplements, but it's good enough. I'm gonna say I'm leaning more rent. It's in between rent and buy for me. I didn't love the movie, but I thought it was really, really good and I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
But I don't know if I would watch it over and over and over and over again. I feel like I feel like I saw the movie like, oh, cool, and I didn't really have the urge to see it again. I guess.
You feel like it's just a one watch?
Maybe, yeah, but I'm not saying it's bad. I think people should buy it. I don't think it's not like a really hard to find Criterion movie. You can buy it relatively cheap, and it's on Filmstruck, I believe. So it's it's an easy watch. It's easy to buy. I mean, it's not like,
and it doesn't really.
It's not like an out print movie where like you should buy it, and then you're like, it's like $60,
Well, and another thing with the movie, I feel like its pace is quick enough.
Oh yeah.
To keep like general audiences, interested, and everything else is great, as well to keep your cinephile audiences intrigued.
I personally would say buy, because I already own it. If I didn't own it, I'd buy it. But I'd say buy, but it's rent buy around there. So I'll just say buy, just to be, because the past few weeks I've been very negative and saying pass and skip and stuff like that. So let's say buy this one.
I mean,
it's a very thin line.
You can go with your heart, man. It's totally cool.
I'd say buy. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's our thoughts on The Hit. Also, I love the title screen. It's all cursive. I like that a lot.
That was another big 80s into the 90s thing.
And there's a point where they camp out.
Oh, yeah.
At this site, and you're like, this is so freaking 80s.
It's the most green part of the film, too.
Yeah.
Like, you have the most greenery. Like, he goes to the waterfall and just sits there and watches it. It's great. It's great. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That was itself is a great scene. Where he thinks that Willie has ran away, and he actually just went to the waterfall to watch it, and you see Braddock realize, like, this guy's kind of weird, but I feel like I can trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you think? Let us know in the comment section below. What's other movies we should do? I know you guys have been suggesting. We are looking at that list. Probably this week we are looking at that list. And we might do some fan suggestions.
Maybe.
Because, this month we were just like, what do we do? And there's so many movies we got to decide from. So, yeah. So let us know in the comment section below. What's other good Hitman movies that are in the Criterion collection? Let us know in the comment section.
I can think of a couple interesting ones.
I can think of, let's see, a Bottle Rocket. But you don't want to do Wes Anderson movies.
We already did Lay Samurai.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So
do Breathless.
We could do a lot of things. What do you think?
Yeah. So, until next time, we will see you later.